Hey everybody, and welcome to another Bree Book Reviews video. Today I'm just going to go over some updates, reasons why I haven't really been recording in the last month or two, going over books that I've read in that period of time, and all that good stuff. Let's get into the news first, shall we? So as you can tell from behind me, it is not the same background as you guys are used to, because I am in the middle of moving. That kind of goes into why I haven't been recording, because I haven't actually been reading a whole lot within the last couple months. I've been really focusing on other things, including the moving, so a lot of my books are packed away, or I actually sold a huge portion of my collection to used bookstores because I just can't travel with that many books. Because I am going clear across the other side of the country, and yeah, I'm just trying to minimize what I have. Probably in like July, August, maybe even a little bit of September time, you won't see that many videos, if really any at all. I'm going to attempt to try to vlog my travels, but I don't want to make any promises that that's going to actually be happening, so I have been reading some things though, and I just want to go over those real quick, along with what I am currently reading and plan to be reading this next month. The first one I'm going to show you is one you guys know that I've been reading. It was one that I was currently reading when I posted my last video, and that is The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. This is the first book in the Lightbringer series. I do own the second one, which I do plan on reading, but it is the paperback, and I actually listened to the first book on audio and really enjoyed it, so I think I'm going to wait to get my free monthly credit and listen to the second book as well. Also, another reason why I'd rather listen to it is because I plan on packing up the rest of my books here very soon, so there will be minimal to no physical books for me to read. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to reading the second book though, because this left with a huge question hanging. Not really a cliffhanger ending all that much, but it's really hard to talk about this book without really going into spoilers. But there is a huge twist in this particular story that you find out pretty close to the beginning of the book, and it's just something that you think about in the back of your mind the entire time you're reading this, and something major happens at the end that kind of like makes you wonder what's going to happen to that main character in the second book. But I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I probably would have given it 5 if I had been like more adamant in reading it, because it did take me like a month and a half to finish reading this book, and it wasn't because it wasn't good. I was just, again, too busy focusing on non-book related things. So yes. And then the second one that I also finished was The Crown Tower by Michael J. Sullivan. This is the first book in the Rhaenyra Chronicles, which is the prequel to the Rhaenyra Revelations series, and I enjoyed this just as much as the Rhaenyra Revelations. I cannot wait to get to the other two. I already have them on my wish list for Amazon and on my Audible, because I do not own the physical second and third book. But I also listened to this one on audio, and again, I probably won't be buying any books anytime soon, so I am going to just listen to the second book and the third book. But I really enjoyed seeing the two main characters, Royce and Hadrian, meet, finding out slowly how they become friends, and at this point, they're not really all that, I wouldn't call them the best of friends at this point in the story, so it's kind of cool to see them, because they've always been like one to banter with one another in the other series, which is one of the things I really like about this book series. It's very humorous to see them like kind of banter between the two, but this time around they still sort of hate each other, so I find it a little bit funnier, which maybe I'm just weird like that, but this one I feel has been a lot more entertaining than the first one of the other series. So you can read these either in chronological order or by publication order, but honestly I feel like you should read the other one before you read this, just because the nuances in this book and a lot of little things you might miss if you read the other one first. So yes, that is my opinion. You should probably read the other one first, but I highly recommend going straight into the prequel after you do that. The other book that I completed last month that I don't have a physical copy for is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. This is the third and final book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I enjoyed it. Was it my favorite? No, but Sarah J. Maas books tend to be like my guilty pleasure, so I don't find them to be like the best thing in the world. But in comparison to the second book, I did find it kind of lackluster, and a lot of the things seemed too convenient for me to really enjoy it. Like, okay, I think I said this about the Lunar Chronicles as well. I felt like everything seemed to just fall into place, and they kind of defeated the bad guy with no problems and nobody dying. And although I know it's really good that nobody died, because who wants to see their favorite characters die, I just felt like maybe someone should have died. I don't know. But apparently this is not the last book. I'm only just now finding out that Sarah J. Maas has plans to continue the series, but through the eyes of a different character. I don't really have any opinions on that at this point, just because I don't know how I feel. I guess I'll have to find out first, like, whose point of view it's from to really feel like I want to read it. So those are all the books that I've managed to read in the last couple months. Now we're gonna go over some of the books that I am currently reading or plan to read very soon. On my Audible account, I am listening to Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I am also listening to Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, which I actually should re-listen from the beginning because I only have 36 hours left, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 40-something hour book, but I haven't listened to it in a long time, and I picked it up a couple days ago and I was like, what the hell is going on? So I should probably start that one all over again. And then I am actually also listening / rereading through George R. R. Martin's A Storm of Swords, which is the third book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, to prepare myself for the new season of the TV show, because as anybody who knows me personally, I am obsessed with Game of Thrones and anything to do with it. I just will spend hours and hours and hours reading the lore, the history, the maps, the houses, and all the people in the houses. I'm just really gung-ho about that, and I am so super excited for this new season. What really sucks is that in between the season, I'll be moving, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to watch a couple of the episodes until after I make it to where I'm moving to, so I'm just like, I will find a way. Speaking of Game of Thrones, I'm also rereading this hunker here, The World of Ice and Fire, the history and lore of Song of Ice and Fire series, and I'm about halfway through. I'm about done with I just finished going through all of the Targaryen lineage, and now I'm going into like the different parts of Westeros, so I am reading the part about the North right now. And I've already read this, but it was a long time ago, and all of the YouTubers that I watch that do like prediction videos and stuff, they reference this sometimes, so I've been kind of doing my own referencing and making my own predictions. And if you guys are interested in seeing a predictions video from me for season 7, please let me know, because I would love to record that, but only if that's something you guys are interested in watching, because I don't want to ramble on about something that other people don't care about, which I know there's a lot of people that care about Game of Thrones, so let me know, and I will do that. The physical book that I'm reading right now is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I literally just picked this book up yesterday, so I'm only about 35 pages in, so far, really enjoying it. It was either going to be this one or Inda by Sherwood Smith that I was going to start. I'm probably going to also read this after I do this trilogy. I don't know, because by then I will be probably on my way. I'm planning on bringing the books for this with me on my travels. I only own this one and the second book, Fox, or The Fox, so I don't own all of the series to this, so I'm kind of hesitating to start it right now, because I know that if I read through The Fox before I leave, I'm probably just going to buy the audiobook for this, and I'd really like the physical copy. Really enjoying this so far. It is, from what I can tell, it is about a character named Fitz. He is the bastard son of the Lord Chivalry, and so far at this point, he has been taken in by the castle, by the Lord, unofficially, and I'm still like in his younger age stage, like he's like 6 or 7, something like that. From reading the back, I know that he later on gets trained to be an assassin. I think it's just because I've been reading a lot of Game of Thrones. I'm liking reading stuff about bastards, and when I saw that it was about a bastard child, I was like, oh, Game of Thrones. Missing me my Jon Snow, so yes, highly enjoying this, and I love these beautiful covers, and it's what drew me to this series in the beginning. So that is all for what I'm currently reading, what I've been reading, and what I plan to read, which is probably this one going to be after that, because this one is a trilogy, so I'll definitely be finishing this trilogy. I don't know, because I know that aside from the Farseer trilogy, which is what this is called, I know that Robin Hobb continues stories in this world, but I don't own any of the other books, so maybe I'll want to listen to those. But I am also, like I said, in the middle of Laini Taylor's new book, Strange the Dreamer, and I'm about 5 or 6 chapters into that, and I'm enjoying it so far. I really, really love her writing style, so it's really easy for me to delve into her worlds. As always, happy reading, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!